everybody, One of Wiisdom here. It is now Sunday, April 9th, 2:27 in the morning. Bear with me, I am extremely tired. That said, I can't pass this up. Super late last night, we unboxed the Cursed Tiki Temple, which of course included my most anticipated Skylander, Wildstorm. What do I base that off of? Solely the starter pack poster. Just like I did in SSA when we opened it up for the very first time, I took a look at the collection poster and I said, hey, this Warnado guy, if I had to pick one Skylander, it'd be him. That's sort of the position Wildstorm found himself in. Again, I say Skylander here. I kind of divide it between the reformed Doom Raiders and villains that are now senseis. Oh, Cortana. Anyway, who picked that name anyway? You know, I'm not going to say it because it'll probably hear me, but like, of all the names we could pick, like, Siri and Cortana, I don't know. You know, I guess they had to come up with stuff that like wasn't a common name. I don't know. Anyway, Wildstorm looks amazing. Super stoked. Cannot wait to get him on the portal. Had a ton of comments. I like that video just went live this morning. Decent views, but like 22 comments last I looked, and I've replied to none of them yet. So it's amazing that my channel is still this buried in the search results. It's pretty ridiculous. That said, and that's something else I've been thinking about, like, here I am, a guy that actually puts out content, you know, and then I go and I look at the people with like million, 10 million, 50 million subscribers, and what do? They just make videos where they complain about YouTube and advertisers and they don't make enough money. And it's like, am I doing something wrong? Maybe I should do that. And just throw in a little clickbait. I don't know. It's not my style. I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep doing the same old thing, so no worries. But I will say again, cautionary tale as I look at this glaring offense. If you can preview, if you didn't order it online, if you can preview your level pack here, if you can see it from the side, check out my unboxing video. But there's like this patch of gold paint at the top of the blade. It's not a huge deal, but I mean, if you're like a purist, it's going to tick you off. Pay attention to that. I also do want to mention several of you, Portal Master Mom and a couple others, told me that you had gotten yours at GameStop. They've apparently been hitting. Granted, she's in Texas like I am. I think a couple of the other people were as well. That's the distribution chain, if you didn't know, you know, Grapevine area. So if you don't have a Toys R Us nearby, but you got a GameStop, you're like, man, I don't want to order this and pay freight, check with your GameStop. It should be coming in a couple of days. Also had one or two of you say you'd found it at Target. So the good news is this is not just going to be limited to Toys R Us. It looks like all retailers should be getting them in relatively quickly. That said, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff here.
The roar of thunder! Your power is great, Portal Master, but together we can make your Imaginators stronger than ever.
Sweet. All right. That's not me, that's my analog stick. He looks pretty good in game, man. I gotta say that. Let's go ahead, since we're here, so I don't forget, we'll go ahead and crack this thing open. Alright. Oh, did we not open that last time? I could have sworn we did. Oh, maybe I was saving it. I think that's what we did. We introduced Flare Wolf when we were saving it. Many of you were probably thinking Egg Bomber Airstrike would be the next introduction. But oh no, not when my most anticipated Skylander, who was delayed, finally gets here. We prioritize. In fact, I'm probably going to no-life this. Not tonight. I'm super tired. When I say I'm tired, I'm legitimately tired. But the plan is I'll probably come in. You'll see base upgrades, the 2 paths, and then probably midweek I'll try to do a Skylander video a day this week as we lead up to Easter. Might be busy that weekend, so I'll have to be like working overtime to stack the videos up. But you should, in all likelihood, see Wildstorm in his entirety, and then I'll move into Egg Bomber Airstrike's intro, and we'll take it from there. So, here we are, it's our gift chest, a gift from Wildstorm, as if his mere presence wasn't enough. Let's see what we get in terms of Imaginators.
New arm guards.
Okay, so, hey, if you wonder, why don't I do a better job of describing this stuff when I unbox it? As you can see, it's the Wildstorm arm armor. Yeah. So take that. That said, plus 30 armor, plus 18 speed. That seems like a ridiculous statistical gain for arm armor. You know, it's like if we're skateboarding or rollerblading in the 90s and we throw on little elbow pads, I didn't gain plus 30 armor. You just had something cumbersome that was going to make you fall more awkwardly. And you certainly didn't gain 18 speed, but hey, I will take it. Those are my two favorite statistics in this game, if you didn't know. We'll back out of here. We'll casually go that direction because he's cool. Should we do it? Let's do it. Before we do anything, I want to know the names. Most importantly, what do I want to know? The numbers, that's right.
The power is strong in this one.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, thank you. We're off to a great start here, Wildstorm and I, and you and all of us. So, what was his health? Was it 3 something? I didn't really pay attention. His attack is 6. I wish we could just get consistent numbers here, you know? And I don't mean that like as a knock to Imaginators. It's just, use the same scale, for frick's sake. You know, don't, like, TFB here, VV over here, you know? It's like if you're at an elementary school or an intermediate school or junior high or high school, and your history teacher grades on a scale to 100, and then your math teacher grades on a scale to 19. You're going to sit there and it's going to be like, well, you know, your parents will say, well, how are your grades coming along? It's like, oh, great, Mom, I got a 95 in history and an 18 in math. She's like, an 18? That's horrible. And then you have to explain to her, no, it's actually really good. And then, why does your math teacher stop at 19 and not 20 when it's an interval of 5 and that would only equate out to 95? Probably because she's one of those people who has a pencil. Well, never mind. But, you know, those people that, well, no one's perfect. It's like, well, technically, no, but you can get a perfect score on a test. But she's just automatically going to dock 5 points because no one's perfect. And so the best you can do is a 95, even if you in fact get everything right. So your 18 is actually a 90, but she uses a weird scale, and instead of just telling you that you have a 90 out of 100, where you could theoretically go in and plus 5 it and say you have a 95 out of 100 because no one's perfect and you have to factor that in with this teacher, you have an 18. It's not consistent, and it would bother you, and it would bother your parents, and you would both think it was crazy. And that's what we have with these stats. I wish we could just like I want the universal button schematic on a controller. I don't like the way Nintendo and Xbox are different because it affects me greatly. It's the same way with these scales here. Let's pick something and stick with it, you know. Just apply it, make it out of 100, and then if Imaginators can go up to 300 and Giants could only go to 250, we can do math on that with a universal scale. Random, this is what you get with me when I'm legitimately tired. So 6, 14, 15, 8, that's what we need to know. That sounds pretty great. I want to save the attacks. Again, all of this is new to me. I do everything blind, if you didn't know. So yes, for the people that had this in Europe on time, I know nothing of it. And I experience it all myself. So, Master Wildstorm, his slogan, if you didn't know, I think my mic picks this up in this position. He got a pretty, I've got to say, I had him side by side with Clobber on the pool table because I was so tired I was about to start this introduction without having him in hand. And he's pretty tall. I didn't mention that in the unboxing. But I had him and I was like, oh, well, Clobber's the tallest one I've got on the pool table. And I was kind of putting them, you know, face to face, chest to chest, mano-y-mano, if you will. All that could come to my mind was, why don't we have PvP so I can do this? Why can't I go at 3 in the morning, throw Clobber down for the computer, and have myself come in as Wildstorm? And then switch, and the computer is Wildstorm and I'm Clobber. And we do that like best of 7 because it would be so awesome and it would provide never-ending contents. And then I could get online and Almanax would probably be awake because it's a normal time in Australia, and I could say, hey, you be Wildstorm and I'll be Clobber. And I could meter this stuff out so beautifully if we just had a standalone battle mode. which I think it really needs to be a standalone game. I've said it for years. It would just be the bee's knees for me. Anyway, ooh, nice idle animation. Let's go ahead. We got that covered here. And again, the stats, I covered these in the unboxing. We're going out of 350s here. Power, 230. Armor is 300. Agility is 320. And luck is 100. As you can see, that doesn't necessarily correlate to what we have on the screen. You tell me. So, he's got a pretty cool bio. If you missed the unboxing, I encourage you to check it out. But the story is pretty cool. We've got mention of a very significant player in the Skylanders, lore, if you will. So, by the time he was 10 years old, Wildstorm had already mastered the Air Blade. So, what is his sword? It's the Air Blade. With no family of his own. Doesn't that intrigue you? Don't you wonder what the background on that is? Were they killed? Were they also mercenaries that suffered a terrible fate? Was he just, raised by literal monkeys that are serving as monks in a monkey monastery? No one knows. The Double Trouble play a role? We don't know. Anyway, he spent much of his youth traveling throughout Skylands, offering his combat services to the highest bidder as a soldier of fortune. On one such occasion, he was hired by Chaos to break into a pirate outpost in Sky Highlands, sound familiar, to steal their legendary gold detector. But little did Wildstorm know he was only being used by Chaos to scout their defenses, and he was captured by the pirates. While imprisoned in the highest tower, the powerful winds blew through his cell, fueling his anger. But Wildstorm would not be contained. Harnessing the storm's energy, he grew 3 times his size and exploded out of his prison, vowing to put a stop to chaos once and for all. Soon after, he met Master Eon, who agreed to help him, provided Wildstorm would share his skills in swordsmanship with other Skylanders as a sensei of the night class. I just worked so hard to not sneeze directly into the microphone. You're welcome. I gotta say, and I think I touched on this last night. I know I mentioned him, but I think it might have been because of the Imaginate chest, which, by the way, I'm thinking I will just live stream that, and it might possibly be at an early time tomorrow. I don't know. It'll depend how nice of a day it is and what I'm doing outside in the real world, but I'm thinking tomorrow, if nothing else, we're just going to come in, stream the Imaginate chest, see what we got, have a good time with that, take it from there. What if in Sky Highlands, the legendary gold detector was actually Chomp Chest? I know, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? That would be pretty cool, I must say. I could see it panning out, man. I could see that panning out. That would be quite the interesting little scenario there. That said, hopefully you were paying attention to him. Tried to spin him around for you. His blade, as with Ambush, it is massive. He's got a huge sword. The detail on it looks really good. Obviously, we've got more contrast around the Air Element logo, which you can see beautifully right there in that idle animation. Then we've got the Wildstorm Air Armor, which you can see so beautifully there. Golden Sensei belt, very, how would you say it? Prepared, ready, pose or stance, if you will. Looks pretty good. He's sort of got like a metallic sheen to the helmet up top. No glitter on the back of his hair. That must be something exclusive to the figure. Here it is, the moment of truth. Let's take a look at what the upgrades are. Alright, up first we have Storm Strike. Pressing X continuously will trigger a 4-combo attack, ending with a smashing headbutt. Oh, I like that. It kind of works with the way he looks, and then of course that he is a knight. So that makes sense. Secondary attack is Lightning Bolt. Oh yeah. Press B to create a lightning bolt from your sword. Love it. We could stop right here, and I would have a great time. I've got a spammable close quarter primary attack. The more range on this, the better. I feel like it should be a proximity thing. Like the closer you are, the more damage you do, maybe. I don't know. But this is great. This is a very, very good start. So this is box stock. You're going to have this as soon as you throw them down on the portal. However, The next 4 are our base upgrades, 579 and 1200 respectively. Use your head. Headbutt attacks now do more damage. Now that's using your head, so that's an interesting choice there. Uproar, hold Y to push enemies away. Oh yes, we've got a defensive maneuver. We've got close quarters combo. We don't know how, if it's really long range. I'll assume it's somewhat, of a ranged attack, if nothing else, in the secondary. And our tertiary attack is defensive. 1, 2, 3, sweep me away, Wildstorm. Fantastic stuff. Don't know any numbers. Don't really have to. It's a great concept. If the numbers suck, it will be disappointing. But the concept itself, solid. Very, very happy with it. After that, we've got Thunderstorms. After roaring, shoot, not quite sure how we roar. We'll figure that out. Shoot your lightning bolt attack. Oh, yeah. So uproar, that would be our roaring. Hold Y, push it away with a cloudy roar. And then, this has, okay. There's a couple of characters, quite a few actually, it's reminiscent of. You got Thunderbolt, kind of the aesthetics side and everything. Lightning Rod comes to mind, but the first thing I thought of when I was seeing this and hearing the description wasn't even Lightning Rod, it was Whirlwind. If you didn't know, she is pretty lethal, or she was. I haven't, I guess I have played with Polar Whirlwind a bit in this game, but her bottom path, it's good stuff if that's your playstyle. So this should be pretty interesting here. Finally, now we're to the last base upgrade. We still have the paths to go. Uproar galore. Your uproar attack now covers a larger area. Enemies caught in the wind or the clouds will be slowed down. Beautiful. If he is a quick character and we're slowing enemies down, this gives us options to do 3 things. Number 1, retreat and attempt to grab an item or switch Skylanders. Number 2, step back and set up our lightning attack. Or number 3, slow them down, rush headstrong into the wind, and spam our primary combo. Beautiful. Top path, we don't know the name just... Oh, analog stick. We don't know the name just yet. We'll figure it out once we've taken the base upgrade. Oh my goodness. Really? 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 No, stop. Okay. Brute Edge. This new sword, so this... No. Okay. New sword specializes and increases damage to any sword strike attacks. That's nice. I sort of wish that would have been included in the first base upgrade. It says specifically only mentions the headbutts. I would have loved to have seen it increase everything, but we will see. Nonetheless, that's what we get here. So this is currently impacting the primary attack. Untamed Air. Using the Storm Strike attack in midair. Now causes bursts of air to knock enemies back. Okay, so this is Storm Strike, so we're getting it as a... Our primary is kind of getting a jump attack benefit now, which that's cool, which it makes me wonder what it will do, if anything. Box stock, I guess just maybe the initial damage. I was hoping anytime there's a character with a sword or a smashing weapon or a staff, I have high hopes that when I jump in the air and press the primary attack, they're going to do extra damage. That's just me. So that should be pretty cool, though. And then lastly, we've got Running Wild. Hold X during your headbutt attack to dash further. Now we've got a dash attack. Going back to SSA, what did I always like? Dash attacks. Let's think about it. Ghost Roaster, Drill Sergeant, Zap. Remember me using those characters a lot? Yeah, that's a big reason why. It's basically like a low buck speed boost with damage, and you can't argue too much with that. So you can steer your headbutts around to go after. So, oh, beautiful. So not only is it going to, it's not going to just be a linear thing, point A to point B. I'm going to be able to manipulate it, which is best of both worlds there. So we've kind of got sword, a primary jump, if you will. So primary, and then primary headbutts. So top path, whatever it may be, it's going to impact the primary attack for the most part. Down here on the bottom path, we've got Cut Loose. Oh, really? This new sword specializes and increases damage to any lightning bolt attacks. Oh, see, this is why it would have been nice to have 2 Wildstorms. We don't know the numbers yet. It could be, really one-sided. But just reading about this and knowing that the top path sounded really good, and then just seeing Cut Loose, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I kind of wish we had an Alt Deco or a second Wildstorm. After that, we've got Chain Lightning. Pressing B will now split... Oh, please. Your lightning bolt attack. Oh, yes. So it has fan-out capabilities. This will all hinge upon the distance that the attack covers. If it's a long-range attack, it'll be amazing. If it's close proximity, it'll be cool, but the long-range screen cleaner type would be very, very welcome, particularly for a knight character that's going to maintain a defensive capability with his tertiary and a spammable combo in his primary attack. After that, we've got Electrical Storm. Hold B to charge your... Oh, stop it. Jeez. To charge your lightning bolt attack, release to fire a giant electrical storm. I'm super interested in that. Typically, anytime we've had a character with lightning and there's a charge attack, it does significant damage. The key here is going to be, is it a 2-second hold? Is it instantaneous after it fires away once? Do I have to hold it down for 10 seconds like Golden Yamato Blast? I don't know. We're going to find out. It'll be great. Oh, man. A blue controller would be really slick. I don't really have the fundage for that, so we're going to have to put up with the analog stick. The good news here, if it goes up and down and starts wigging out, it's not going to do anything because there's nowhere for it to go. So the Soul Gem is found in the Sensei Air Realm. Hey, we could do that. We could go in the Sensei Air Realm after we introduce the Imaginite chest tonight. Assuming I wake up and we can do that. Release the beast, jump and press Y to transform into a wild beast. Press X and B to attack, or Y to transform back to normal. Oh. Once again, we don't have numbers, but in concept, this is pretty cool. I guess this is sort of, he was locked up in the towers and the cold winds, spilled in. Yeah, let's release that beast. This is going to be pretty cool. I've got high hopes for it. Sky Chi is found, the Night Sensei Shrine is found in Shellmont Shores. Sadly, we don't have Blastertron, so we can't 2-for-1 this thing. Unchained Lightning. Cue up the Righteous Brothers, if you will. The ultimate sensei attack. Hold right trigger to generate a destructive lightning storm with your sword. Run around to move the storm anywhere you wander. So that should be an interesting deal. I'm not too concerned with the Sky Chi. I'm more into the Soul Gem and back, the classic stuff, if you will. Speaking of which, we've got to check these out. Primary attack. X continuously will trigger a 4-combo attack, ending with the smashing headbutt. And then Lightning Bolt, B, will create a lightning bolt from your sword. Alright, I've held off doing any of this until now. So, let's come over here. Oh, I hate you, robot. I'm going over here now. Oh, hey, Pop Fizz. Alright, so that's kind of cool because Pop Fizz, of course, we can do, special attacks, if you will. But anyway, change into beast mode, if you will, and now we've got release the beast here with Wildstorm as well. First thing first, I'm going to jump and press the primary and see if it does anything. Oh my gosh, did they give him the ground pound? Yes. Yes. Oh, I love it. Okay, so let's jump and press B now. Can't do anything. That's fine. Alright, so 1. Oh, he is a swift swinger here. So that's sort of just left to right, right to left, 3. So that was, here's 1. 1, 2. That was 1, 2, 3 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can cascade through these shrubs. Yes, we can. So the headbutt isn't really much. It's kind of more like just a really short dash, but it looks cool. I'll give it that. Now here's the big thing. We're going to stand right about here, and we're going to see how far the lightning bolt is going to go. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love the animation on it, too. The sword looks so good when that's initiated. Can I hold B? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm just holding B. Home run derby time with my boy Wildstorm. It's 252, and he is out of the park. This guy is awesome. I was right. We don't even need the upgrades. I'm going to have a wonderful time here. You know what? Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
Skylander.
I was going to go downstairs since the robot has spawned in. Thought it would save us the load screen here. Then I remembered I don't have training dummies to screw with down there, and we're going to torment these guys. Because that's what they're here for, right? Okay, here we are. Hey, Flynn, how's it going, buddy? Now that I just saw Flynn, enchiladas, oddly enough, sound pretty good at 3 in the morning. Don't have any, though, and I'm not going to go get some. Man, I could go get a taquito, though. Oh, that would be nice. All right, so here we are. Let's since we've sort of got better lighting here, sort of a bigger stage for him. That's primary 1. Let's start at the edge here. Okay, so it basically covers. He did take like a step or two because I have an analog stick that's busted, as you can see. But he did actually cover pretty much the entire radius of this little training ground. Just shy of it. Let's try to get a good look. It's almost like he's doing a sort of a shield bash dash. Sort of a chop type of a thing. It looks very, very cool. Now, this is what I'm interested in. Right now, we do in fact have a box stock jump attack that, oh, it looks so good. And the only way we can initiate it here right now is just with the primary attack. So I kind of hate the prospect of losing that. We'll see what it does damage-wise, of course. And then the lightning bolt, let's stand here. Oh yeah, it's going to be good. Alright, so here we go, moment of truth, primary attack. Oh, salty. We're just going to one-shot this guy here. What I mean by that, of course, is just I'm going to just tap X. Now with this guy, I will 1-2. Haha. Oh, 40. Oh, okay. Time to document. Primary. Okay, you just go talk to Buzz then while I work away here. So 42 to 63, that would be our critical on hit 1. Hit 2 will be the same thing, just different direction, 42 to 63. What were the third and fourth numbers? Was it 58 and then a 69? Oh yeah. Oh, that took care of it. Ooh. Okay, so 58 is going to be what we get from our third hit. Half of that is 29, so a critical would be 87. The fourth hit was 69. Half of that is going to be 34, 5, 35, 99, 104. Okay, think about this if you will. Worst case scenario, you do the combo, 42, 42, 58, 69. We're going to have 84... 80 and 84 and 87 is going to be 171. 171 and 104. Oh, I'm sorry, 69. Okay, dadgum, I was looking at the wrong numbers. Again, this is what happens when I'm legitimately tired. 42 and 42, that's 84. And then 58, we're going to have 134, 142. And then we're going to have 151. And 211, right? Didn't we do that right? I think we did. I kind of got off on the big numbers there somehow. Let's see here. 42 and 42. Got that. Dun, dun, dun. I'm actually going slow because I'm using a calculator, making sure I didn't screw something up. 69. I nearly put in 104. Yeah, 211, I was right. So 211 is your worst case scenario if you take the time to just constantly spam the X, the primary attack. 211. Ridiculous. Now, if we go critical hits, 63 and 63 is going to be 126. 126 and 87, we're going to have 206, 213, plus 104 is going to be 317. So basically, worst case scenario, 211, all crits, 317. 211 to 317 box stock using this. Let's showcase it once more here because we're seeing ridiculous. The guy is dying on the 5th hit, if you didn't notice. Now we do have the jump attack, and I'm just going to go right in his face. Okay, it's only 32. It does have knockback, though. I'm thinking it'll get changed a bit, which is sort of bittersweet. I sort of like it like this. Let's see if there's a range on it. He kind of got close to me there. Yeah, I mean, it's got the knockback, so... it's one of those things, it's sort of just the aesthetics, it's cool to do. So, 32 to 48. I've got the keyboard tray pulled in a little too far. With knockback, and a very cool aesthetic. And then we've got our secondary attack. I'm just going to tap it. Oh, good lord, there's knockback. This is like knockback 17 if we were playing Minecraft. He's literally hitting it out of the park. Oh, yeah. This is legit. And keep in mind, this thing is spammable. I'm keeping my thumb on B, and this is what we do. Oh, this guy's great. Oh, man.
Yeah!
I've seen a lot of people that say that they really like him, and there are some people like, no, he's not really that good. I don't know what those people are thinking. Like, if you don't like this, what do you like? You know? That is insane, man. So 32 to 48. Not 148. That would be just too good. 32 to 48 with ridiculous. I'm putting it in the spreadsheet because it's 2:59 in the morning, and I can. With ridiculous knockback. What a guy. Even with my broken analog stick, what a guy. This is... Let's get some... Just worst case scenario here. We got 4 enemies, right? Oh my gosh, he got 3 of them with the knockback. Look at this. This is so insane. This is a box stock Skylander, man.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah, indeed, buddy. Let there be a fruit cup for everyone in the kingdom. I want to just send this guy flying. Yep.
All too easy.
All too easy indeed. Wildstorm was my most anticipated Skylander in Skylanders Imaginators. We don't have any upgrades here, folks. He's box stock. And I have to say, I picked a good one. I will give myself credit where credit is due. And my most anticipated Skylander has already delivered. The upgrades sounded pretty cool. Some of them seemed like they might be OP. Some of them, not so much, but could be interesting. The fact that we're going to be able to have access to an improved dash attack, a tertiary attack that's defensive in nature, and then, of course, a very unique sounding soul gem, coupled with this is a guy that I could legitimately play the entire game without purchasing a single upgrade and be happy, especially since the jump attack is there. I wish it did a little more damage, but it's, 32 to 48, it looks cool, and the knockback, I'll take it. That said, good grief, this guy is cool. If you do not have Wildstorm yet, my most anticipated Skylander, you can go back and watch my unboxing. I don't just pull this stuff out of my hat, with every new character. Said it when we unboxed it. Which one of these guys do I think looks the coolest, that I'd be the most excited to play? Wildstorm. He's finally here. The wait was worth it. Just like Warnado. Warnado didn't really break the bank in terms of power. I still want a proper release of a Series 2. I know we had Light Core, but it's one of those things. He needed the Wow Pal so much more than many other characters, and he never got it, and I think that's kind of a sad day. If we could have seen him perhaps in Superchargers, kind of reimagined, would have been cool as well. But man, Wildstorm, box stock, ridiculous. And that is a good thing, my friends. So once again, my apologies for rambling a little bit more than usual. This is what you get when I'm legitimately tired. I got no sleep last night. I have horrible neighbors who have a not too bright dog that they neglect and keep outside. And I guess they finally got tired of it being in the house and throwing it outside at 6 in the morning to wake me up every day, because last night they left it outside all night. This is a dog, and it goes and it flips with its snout a radio flyer plastic wagon, and then it drags it across back and forth on the porch, and the porch is roofed, and it creates this echo chamber, and the dog is like, has the perfect bark to be, if it was like a little Yorkie, a little yuppie dog, wouldn't be that big of a deal. I probably wouldn't hear it. If this was like a lab or a bigger dog that sort of had like a more, low key, baritone, whatever it would be, bark, probably wouldn't impact me. I don't know if it's a blue heeler or a rat terrier. The blue heelers I've been around are like pretty chill. They just are cow dogs, essentially. Rat terriers too. It's kind of like the poor man's blue heeler. I don't know what these people do to their dog. I don't know what the dog does to the people, but they have a horrible relationship, and I'm on the receiving end of all the bad blood, because I get woken up all the time, and it sucks, and I'm sick of it. I'm genuinely sick of it. I can't really blame the dog, because I think if the dog had a chance, it would leave the people. I'm pretty sure. I know if I was the dog, I would have been gone already. I would have talked to the birds in the trees, and I would have figured out how to fly and get the frick out of that place. That said, the people, a dog, a pet, it's a responsibility. If you want to keep it locked up in your backyard, you have to feed it, you have to pay attention to it, you have to play with it, and decent human beings would be concerned that the dog that they're neglecting is impacting the life of the neighbors around them, and these people have no care at all about that. This, my friends, is why you live far, far, far away from people in the middle of nowhere and have a happy little peaceful life with just you and your Skylanders. That's actually something I would like to get away from these people. Like, I'm pretty happy where I'm at, but I don't like the neighbors. I can't stand them, and I don't have any desire to deal with them. Oh man, he fell off. Anyway, yeah, that's I would have had like 4.5 hours of sleep and I'd have been fine. But the problem is the dog woke me up 3 times during what would have been my 4.5 hours of sleep. And subsequently, I'm super tired. Usually 3:05, I'd be fine. I'd go ahead and do his base upgrades. I might go grind out the money and then do the upgrades, I guess, tomorrow or something. But nonetheless, man, Wildstorm has delivered my most anticipated Skylander. I'm not in the least bit disappointed, at least not initially. I will caution you with this. A lot of times when there's a Skylander that just has unbelievably awesome box stock powers, many times, I think what it is you just kind of build up the hype in your head, and you're like, wow, if it's this good now, I can't wait until we take a path and get it fully upgraded. Sometimes you set yourself up for disappointment with that. And I've learned over the years to kind of like temper my expectations. But just going box stock, this is like perfect for the way I play the game. We've got just a smash 'em up, slice and dice, up close and personal attack that'll basically just combo the snot out of whatever you want to take down. We've got a really cool jump attack, which I use sometimes because we're cocky, sometimes because it looks cool. And then we've got a ranged attack with a ridiculous amount of knockback. It's going to play in beautifully together. We don't even have access to the tertiary yet. I couldn't be more excited to upgrade this guy, and again, that's what we're going to do. The next 3 videos you see from me, base upgrades, top path, bottom path. That's what we're going to do. I'm very excited about it. I hope you are too. Again, I should have those up, barring anything crazy, or me running away from the country because I have horrible neighbors with a dog that they don't take care of. And I can't sleep, and I lose my mind. Should see those basically, I guess, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you'll see this one later today. I'm going to render it. I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to hope that the dog doesn't wake me up. I'm sick of the thing. I've got videos of it. I'm very close to releasing them and shaming these people and turning it in. I think really they just neglect the dog, and they should probably be reprimanded for that in and of itself. But if I go in and I like post videos and complain about stuff, all these like ridiculously pro dog people that value the dogs more than the people will come and attack me, and I don't want to deal with that either. And I would welcome those people to take this dog and put it in their backyard and live a blissful life being woken up by the thing. Oh, and then by the way, it will run over onto your property, and if you're somebody that enjoys gardening or flowers or raises tomatoes or something, it'll run through those and dig them up and pee on everything. Funny thing, it's frowned upon if people did that. If I ran on their property and dug their yard up, and me and my friends came by and marked on the mailbox, I don't think that'd go over very well. But since it's a dog, apparently that's okay. And I'm someone that used to like dogs. And now I have a lot more respect for cats that stay inside and just give you dirty looks. That's fine. That doesn't impact my life any. If they had 40 cats, it would not impact my life in the slightest. But they have one really not bright dog that they neglect. And I'm sick of their bad relationship and it impacting my life. That said, I got him. Oh, he would have stayed up there if this analog stick wasn't trash. Anyway, guys, I'm going to quit rambling. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't checked out Forza Horizon 3, do that. Had a pretty good comeback there in a street race the other night. That's what went up Friday. Stardew Valley, as always, check it out. I'm hoping to maybe record some of that tomorrow. We will see. I've got some plans for Mind Logics. Still in Wisdom Plays Minecraft. I'm working on this huge Project Genesis, which is just ridiculously time-consuming. And there's other things I could do, but I don't really want to start side projects until I've made significant strides towards completing Project Genesis. So eventually we'll have that one back up. That's why I've kind of slowly weaned away from the bonus bricks. I'm backlogged really bad, and I don't want to do anything until I finish Project Genesis. So that's what I'll be working towards there. Stay tuned. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. That's where I will be streaming possibly later tonight, this Sunday evening, so be on the lookout for that. I will always tweet before I go live, so follow me on Twitter. OneOfWisdom.com is a personal website. I hope to be releasing some of my spreadsheets pretty soon. SkylanderClub.com will also have them. I've got the poll battle up. Wildstorm versus Grave Clobber. Who do you think looks better aesthetically? SkylanderClub.com. Anyone can vote. If you sign up, you can give your reasons there in the forum thread. If you don't want to take the time to sign up, that's cool. Vote there anyway. Let your voice be heard. Just come in the YouTube comment section and say, hey, I voted Wildstorm for this reason, or Grave Clobber is so much cooler looking because of this. Whatever you want to say, let it be heard. Cast your votes. Have some fun with it. That's what it's all about. I'm going to get this rendered so I can try to get some sleep, and hope you enjoy it. Hope you have a great Sunday. If you're looking for Wildstorm in the Cursed Tiki Temple, Toys R Us, GameStop, Target, other retailers should be getting it. Shop around. I've had many more of you tell me that your Toys R Us, in fact, honored to buy one, get one 50% off in store, which just goes to show how bad my local one is. Take advantage of the sales when possible, but I've also had some of you say that you really, really like the Cursed Tiki Temple level. So that's another thing we've got going for us. But plan tomorrow, hopefully I can showcase all 80 of the parts to you that we get from the single Imaginite chest. That's pretty amazing too. So that'll open up a lot of options. If you were burned out on creating Imaginators, you're getting 80 new parts to work with this guy. So pretty cool deal. And a creation crystal. Granted, it's life element, but hey. Nonetheless, I'll quit rambling. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Wildstorm. I will catch you guys back here for more Skylanders Imaginators research.